How is everyone? Oh, it might help if I put my microphone by my mouth. It might help. How are ya? Hi, Kimber. Hey, Wisdom. Is it Lucia or Lucia? I'm doing pretty good. It's a Saturday. And I'm not at work. I'm here with you guys, so that's a plus. And Dago's going to be joining me, I think, here shortly. Lucia. I call her my teenager at work. Her name is Lucia. I just don't see that very often. I don't think hold on a second. Get rid of my background noise because my husband's noisy. Okay, that should work. So what's everyone doing today? There he is. Hello.
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 How are ya?
Good. How are you?
I am great. Thank you.
Good.
Sorry, I was a little late. I was sharing this throughout my community page.
Oh, that's okay. It looks like Grizzly's live, so everybody's probably gonna be over there.
No, come on now.
Oh, I
Guys,
know
make
how
sure
this
you
rolls.
share this out, everybody, please. How many people we have in here? Make sure you hit the like button too, everyone.
We got 4, 5. We're getting there.
Oh, one of these days. Who we have? You know what else I can do? I'm gonna go into the. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just gonna say I heard about this case, and then Grizzly actually did a live on it yesterday. So that was kind of helpful to get me some more information. So, because Indiana is a pain to get information out of.
That.
I don't know why. It is, and just wait till you hear all the other. I'm really, really upset about this one.
Is this what you
I mean,
were
I get
saying?
upset about all of them, but this one kind of took the cake.
Is this what you were saying? Had you peed off earlier?
Yep. I'm not monetized, so you can say whatever you want.
Pieced off.
Yeah.
What's going on with it? Or you can wait a
Well,
little bit if you want to wait. I threw this into the Discord and community as well.
awesome. Cool. Thank you. It kind of started out. Gonna lay down. Go, Ghost. Go with Daddy. I'm not dealing with you. Yay. Okay. All right. And that's why I scheduled it for 2, because I thought between 2 and 2:30 he would take his nap, and then the dog would go take its nap with him, and I would have to deal with the dog.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You
That, and
make
I thought
sense.
I'd try a Saturday instead of a Sunday since Sundays haven't been a real
I just have a
popular.
horrible memory, but I wrote a note to myself yesterday,
Yay!
and I
Hey,
stuck it on
Brandy.
my damn monitor so I would remember.
Yeah. Kimberly thinks this one is just maybe hit closer to home because it is here in Indiana. So it's like, come on now.
I just can't get. I can't.
Yeah. Well, we can recap if anybody else shows up. Let me get my stuff up here while we're waiting. See if it's going to work. Why did it start on page 14? Doing some experimental things with Canvas, so the learning. Oh, that's not going to work.
Joy.
Why? It did this to me the last time too.
No, Kimber, I am definitely not a ball fan. This is a get out of my life with that stuff. This is a brown shirt.
Can you actually believe I'm wearing an Indiana Hoosier shirt?
It's a Hoosiers. Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? They're not bad.
I
Speaking of
don't
which,
do
you guys, I know this Mama Bear is going to be super excited to hear about this. Football season's going to be starting soon, guys, and we're all so excited. Mama Bear's extremely excited. Look at her face. Can't you tell?
Now
She
I got
hates,
to hear all this crap.
she hates football, folks.
I do.
It's okay, though. We still love her, even though she hates football. Does Matt like football?
Nope.
Then
They didn't
you're
like
lucky
sports
then.
either.
You're lucky then. You're in a household where there is no sports.
Yeah. I mean, even out of my kids, Lyric, when he was probably 5, tried. I'm going to say tried baseball, but he was so scared and uncomfortable with bugs that he was out there swatting the bugs and stuff more than he was.
That's the one I need.
This one? Okay, I'll send it to you again. I don't know how I sent it to you last time. I'll have to look. Oh, so.
Well, sorry, Brandy. Not everybody can be awesome like me and love football. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I just
Come on
don't
in,
get it.
guys. Share it out, please.
Yeah. I put it on my Twitter. I have supposedly almost 200 followers on there, but I think they're all men looking for dates or something. So,
Well, can't
hey,
blame
if it
them.
gets them in here.
Hold on. Let me go to my Twitter, too. Or the Twitter. Hold on. Keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to close some of these windows while we're waiting. Here we go. I did a whole bunch of screenshots so that I could put them on the slides and things. I didn't think I was going to find the court documents, and then miraculously I found them on Twitter this morning.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff you can find on Twitter, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I haven't. When I first started in here, I was on Twitter all the time, believe it or not. Like, I lived on Twitter, and it got so toxic. I slowly and quietly slipped away. And Heather, when Heather was with us, she would run a lot of things through Twitter and stuff like that. And I just never went back to it, but I need to because there's so much stuff on here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
I rarely use it, but every once in a while when I struggle for documents, I can usually find them somehow. It may take me a minute, but well, technically nobody has Twitter anymore.
X.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I know. This stupidest name. I will put this up because there's going to be some sensitive stuff, so I Twittered it and put on my community page. Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And this is our little guy. Just forgot. Let's see.
Okay. I posted it on my Twitter too, hopefully, or the channel Twitter. Hopefully, it'll draw some peeps in.
Okay. See, I don't need that anymore. I don't think I'll need that.
Poor little guy.
I know. 10 years old. 10.
How big was this woman?
I lied last night. I gave her more height than she actually has. 4'11", 340 pounds.
Good God.
Yes.
So she was pretty much a full circle.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wow.
Yeah. Exactly. Zelda. Hey, honey. Glad you made it.
Hey, Miss Zelda.
He
Thank you for
is. He is
joining us.
so cute. So cute.
He is a very good looking kid.
So he was born October 21st, 2013, and he passed on this April 27th, 2024. Just some background. Dakota was born on October 21st, 2013 in Munster, Indiana. He is survived by his sister, Nora Faye, and many loving, numerous family and friends. Levi marched to the beat of his own drum. He absolutely loved the outdoors. Many insects and frogs were caught by him on his bug hunting expeditions. He had a love for sharks and believed he would discover a new species. Legos were where he could build anything. Minecraft, his supposed to be Pokemon cards, and his tablet. He loved to use his imagination, and believe me when I say he had a very creative imagination. Levi loved to read and make up his own stories and even act them out. He was a little performer in front of any camera. He loved to sing and dance quirky at any given moment. He loved to play board games and believed he truly won every time. Levi was extremely artistic. He loved drawing and coloring. When it came to schoolwork, he was brilliant and he truly loved math. School, on the other hand, pretty sure he gave his teacher and staff a run for their money. If you know, you know. Despite it all, his favorite teacher, Mrs. Tarnowski, stood by his side and was a huge inspiration to him. This little guy was a master bargainer who believed strongly in his own opinions, even if they were wrong. Once again, if you know, you know. Levi, as his sister called him, was a great big brother and loved Nora tremendously. His happiest moments were with the ones he loved. His smile could light up any room he walked into, and he truly had a huge heart. To know him was to love him. Despite all the hardships Levi went through, he remained optimistic. Our hearts will truly forever be broken. He will be tremendously missed and forever loved by his family, his teacher, Mrs. Tarnowski, friends, and anyone else who was blessed enough to know him. Levi used to attend the Boys and Girls Club in Chesterton and enjoyed his time there. We ask in lieu of flowers, please make donations in Levi's name to the Boys and Girls Club at 521 West 1100 North, Chesterton, Indiana 46304. Such a smart kid.
Hey, Groot. Good to see you.
Hey, Groot. Hi. All right. Dakota's parents lost custody of him and his younger sister in 2018 after DCS concluded they were unable to care for the children. Um, I believe there was drugs involved, and they just couldn't keep clean and couldn't take care of them. Dakota's father died in 2021, and his mother gave up her parental rights that same year. And this is how Dakota and his younger sister were entered into the foster care system. Parrish, whose younger sister was Dakota's mother. So this is Parrish's family, like blood family. So why they ended up in the foster system, I don't understand. Because there's family out there to take care of them. But Parrish, whose younger sister was Dakota's mother, said the siblings were temporarily placed in her care after their parents lost custody. At that time, Dakota was 5 and his sister was 3. In May 2019, after about a year, Parrish said the state took the children out of her care for reasons that she said were never explained to her. Dakota's sister was later adopted. So they got split up. And I don't know a lot about the foster system, but don't they try and place kids with family
That's
first?
where they go. That's usually where they go first. And then if there is no options, then, they use the system. But
that's what I thought. And I read that. I was like, what? And to have them, she had them for a year. And then to just all of a sudden, oh, we're going to take them away. What?
It's a little crazy to me.
Yeah. Dakota spent the last 5 years of his life moving through different foster homes. Several family members tried to get custody of Dakota, but all were deemed unqualified. George Stevens, Dakota's grandfather, said the boy struggled to adapt to various foster families and yearned to be reunited with his parents. So between the years of 2019 and 2021, Hayden Herzl was the foster father of Dakota and his younger sister. And I think, if I remember right, they were interested in adopting Dakota at one point. But I'll have to see. I may have one of the videos made. He did an interview with one news thing, but I don't know if I got that one or not. I'll have to see. After Dakota passed, because he was a ward of the state, family members were first told they could not attend his funeral, but officials changed their minds. How can he be a ward of the state if he has family? I don't understand this.
If the family was deemed,
Unqualified.
yeah,
So then that
the only thing I can think of.
Oh, I bet wisdom. I bet you could. So this is Jennifer Lee Wilson, 48 years old. She is, like I said, 4'11", 340 pounds, according to her driver's license. She took Dakota into her custody on April 5th of 2024. Remember what day he passed?
Yeah, April 27th.
April 27th. So she only had him. Whoops. Too far.
3 days.
Let's see, April 5th to 27th.
Or no, April 5th. I thought you said 25th. I'm sorry.
5th to the 27th. So
she couldn't handle herself long enough for longer than 2 weeks to deal with this child. This is pathetic.
Yeah.
if you don't want children, please stop having them. If you can't handle them, give them to somebody that can. Please, you guys. This is just insane to me.
Seriously.
God.
Oh, here's a.
Such a
Can you
cute
guys
little
hear
guy.
that?
No.
No. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm on.
I shared it, but I don't think I hit the. Here, let me reshare it.
You gotta flip the little switch.
Yeah. I shared it, but I don't think I hit the. Here, let me.
You know what I go through, forgetting it all the time.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, I love those cubicle things. I want that.
Oh, in my closet?
Yeah, it's that little white. That'd be perfect for what I want to do.
We have 1, 2, 3. There's actually 4 of them in there.
Are they 1, 2, 3? Oh, they're just single ones sitting side by side, or
Yep. There's a 9 squares on the bottom. Yeah. 9 cubes on the
that would be
bottom, and then one
perfect.
next to it, and then 9 on top, and then another 9. So 4 sets of 9 cubes.
That's mostly your craft stuff, isn't it?
It's about
Or-
half and half.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
half
mean-
that looks organized with the bins and stuff is my side.
I
The
got you.
other side is.
Gotcha.
Hey, Steven.
What's
Thanks
up,
for being
buddy?
here, hun. Okay, let's see if this will work now.
Share it out, guys.
What happened to Dakota Stevens? He was a vibrant
you hear it?
10-year-old boy with a sparkle in his eye.
Yep.
He moved from foster home to foster home.
But Dakota ran into trouble just last Thursday afternoon. Police were called to the 200 block of Falcon Way in Liberty Township. It was a call of some kind of a medical emergency. Dakota did not survive. Tonight, NBC5's Everard Casimir spoke with someone who loved Dakota very much.
But yeah, I'm really going to miss, the conversations that we had, his will for adventure.
That's what Hayden Hetzel will miss the most about his former foster son, Dakota Stevens. The 10-year-old died after a call for a medical emergency here on Falcon Way in Valparaiso, Indiana, back on April 25th. Hetzel wants to know what happened.
My stomach's been in a knot ever since. This little boy, anybody whose lives he came into, he just touched their hearts, and instantly everybody fell in love.
Hetzel was Dakota's foster parent from 2019 till 2022 before he was placed in a different foster home. He tells us the boy had no known medical issues. A spokesperson from the Indiana Department of Child Services released a statement that reads in part, "Our entire staff is heartbroken by this news. DCS works with stakeholders and partners across the state to investigate the death of a child anytime there is suspected abuse or neglect and will take the appropriate action."
10-year-old patient, not conscious, not breathing, CPR initiated.
Neighbors tell NBC5 News they're shocked.
That's crazy. It should not happen. Something needs to happen.
The system failed him epically. It's unreal. How bad the system just failed him.
Hetzel tells
Exactly,
us
Sherry.
this morning he tattooed Dakota's initials on his leg in hopes of adopting him one
Hey,
day.
Far.
Now it's a reminder of a little boy gone too soon.
You know what they say?
I'll
Blood
be
doesn't
right
make
back.
love does.
There are still a lot of unanswered questions tonight. We reached out to the coroner's office for an exact cause of death and to investigators to find out if anyone could face charges. We have not heard back. In Valparaiso, Everard Casimir, NBC5 News.
Okay, so that did show a little bit from his previous foster dad. Oops, why did it stop? This is being difficult. Why is it? There we go. Goodness. I gotta go back. I don't quite understand this, but anyway. I think I only put a couple news things in here because they're all going to kind of basically cover the same thing. So,
And investigations underway into the death of a 10-year-old boy in Porter County, Indiana.
Family members telling WGN News he had been in foster care at the time. The boy's aunt tells WGN's Angelica Sanchez they're frustrated by a lack of answers from authorities.
Relatives of the 10-year-old boy contacted our newsroom as they are desperate for answers. They tell us that they are hearing concerning stories over how the child passed away and that they are only seeking the truth into what happened.
This was, I believe, his 6th birthday right here.
According to his maternal aunt, 10-year-old Dakota Levi Stevens was a creative child.
He was wonderful. Wonderful doesn't even cover it.
Fascinated by trains, cars, and the outdoors.
He loves to bug hunt, and he would tell all the bugs when he caught them, "Don't worry, I'm your Uncle Levi. I'm going to take care of you."
Photographs are all she has left of him. At this time, she wishes to conceal her identity, but she does want to shine a spotlight on her nephew's death while he was under foster care.
We had not heard anything from police.
The last time she saw him was in 2019. She says Dakota's mother was unable to care for him, and his father passed away in 2021. According to Porter County Sheriff's Police, last Thursday, deputies were called out to the 200 block of Falcon Way for a medical emergency. A 10-year-old juvenile was taken by ambulance to a hospital where he passed away. According to the medical examiner, no autopsy results are available, and they could take up to 60 days.
It's beyond heartbreaking.
In a statement to WGN, Indiana's Department of Child Services says, "Our entire staff is heartbroken by this news. DCS works with stakeholders and partners across the state to investigate the death of a child anytime there is suspected abuse or neglect and will take the appropriate action.
Yes,
DCS foster
Zelda.
parents must
Hello,
complete
James.
intensive training and education to achieve licensure. Licensure is re-examined each year to ensure foster family continues to meet DCS requirements, including additional training each year to maintain this license. DCS policy also addresses termination of licensure, which includes circumstances where a foster parent or member of the household has been substantiated for abuse or neglect." Now, the family's next steps is to hire an attorney. They tell me they've already made several calls. Reporting in Porter County, Indiana, Angelica Sanchez, WGN News.
Yeah. Come on. Now it doesn't want to cooperate. I swear I don't usually have this many issues.
What are you having problems with?
It won't let me out of the screen. Okay, stop.
Go over to where it says present, and then it should let you take it out. You're trying to take it down completely?
Well, no, but I'm going to have to because,
There you go.
yeah. Weird. All right. Share it again, maybe. Let's see. Huh. All right, hold on. Why? This is weird. Why is this doing this? Let's see. Okay, close that one. Reopen Canva.
Ugh. I'll be right back again.
Okay. Okay, let's try. Present full screen. Sorry, guys. All right, so now we're at the good old court records. So, Okay. We're going to get real up close and personal. Okay. So this is the state of Indiana, county of Porter, state of Indiana versus Jennifer Lee Wilson. Count 1, reckless homicide. It is a level 5 felony. It says, affiant swears under the penalties of perjury as specified under all those numbers that the following representations are true. On or about April 25th, 2024, in the county of Porter, state of Indiana, Jennifer Lee Wilson did recklessly kill Dakota Stevens, contrary to the form of the statute in such case made and provided and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. All right. Let me zoom this in because it's going to be easier to read. All right. Affidavit to show probable cause and for the issuance of an arrest warrant. I, Dan Alonzo, being first duly sworn upon my oath, depose and say as follows. I think I need to shrink that a little bit. There we go. I am a detective with the Porter County Sheriff's Department and have held such position through the course of this investigation. I had the occasion to speak to Officer Chad Barton, Detective Mike Spicer, Detective Brian Dudzinski, Officer Jameson Smith, and Sergeant Nathan Graff, all of whom I believe to be truthful and credible because they spoke of facts within their own personal knowledge. Based on their observations and through my investigation, I learned the following. On April 25th, 2024, at approximately 3:37 p.m., officers responded to 232 Falcon Way in Valparaiso, Indiana, for a report of an unconscious 10-year-old that was not breathing. Upon arrival, Officer Chad Barton observed a juvenile male laying on the ground near the driveway of the residence, while another person was administering CPR to him. The juvenile male was not conscious, not breathing, and had no pulse. Officer Barton observed that the juvenile had bruising to his lower neck and chest area. Officer Barton stated that chest compressions were administered until emergency medical services arrived. The juvenile male was then placed into an ambulance and transported to Northwest Health Porter for further treatment. While on scene, Officer Barton made contact with Jennifer Wilson, who was visibly distraught. Wilson stated that the juvenile male was her son, DS, and he had just run away from the house. Wilson stated that she located DS at a next-door neighbor's house and brought him back home. Wilson stated that once they were home, DS was still acting up. Hey, Arctic. Hey, Kels. And he threw himself on the ground and said he was leaving. Wilson stated that she laid on his midsection and called his caseworker. Wilson stated that he eventually stopped moving and she thought he was faking. She advised that she laid on him for approximately 5 minutes.
She probably collapsed his lungs, both of them.
Yeah.
And he suffocated.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Chris. And yes, they do. Definitely. Officers made contact with neighbor Jill Rainbolt, who stated that DS ran to her house approximately 30 minutes prior to emergency vehicles arriving. Jill stated that Dakota asked her to adopt him because his parents hit him in the face and didn't let him call his caseworker. Jill.
I hope this woman gets a death penalty.
Doubt it.
She probably won't, but she deserves it.
Yeah. Jill said that Jennifer Wilson showed up shortly after, picked up Dakota, and took him home. Jill stated that she did not observe any signs of injury to Dakota. Officer Jameson Smith responded to Northwest Health Porter Hospital to take photographs and collect evidence. Upon arrival, Officer Smith observed Dakota being treated by medical staff in the emergency room. Officer Smith spoke to Dr. Bibkowski of Northwest Health, who indicated that Dakota would be airlifted to a children's hospital in South Bend for further treatment. Dr. Bibkowski explained that based on the CT scan, Dakota had severe swelling in his brain, which would be consistent with being deprived of oxygen for an extended period of time. On April 25, 2024, an interview was conducted of Jennifer Wilson. Wilson stated that she is married to Robert Wilson, and in addition to Dakota, she has 3 other children in the household. These children were originally foster children until they adopted them. She stated that Dakota was placed in her home on April 5, 2024, through Lake County Child Protective Services. Wilson stated that she and her husband were ready to relinquish their license due to their kids getting older and wanting to travel. She stated that they initially said no, but agreed since they provided respite care for Dakota 2 years ago. Wilson stated that Dakota had verbal and physical aggression issues. She stated that today was the first time he has ran away. Wilson stated that on today's date, Dakota woke up agitated. Wilson said that Dakota was playing Nerf guns with one of the other children. She told them no running in the house. Wilson stated that she told the children to do their chores and they could go outside to play. Dakota indicated that he was not going to do his chores. Wilson stated that she told Dakota that if he did not do his chores, then he would not be able to go out and play. Dakota responded that he was leaving and walked out the door. She planned on giving him 5 minutes to cool off because he had not done this before. Once Wilson realized he was not in the backyard, she got in the car to look for him. Wilson stated that she located Dakota down the street talking to a female. She told Dakota to get into the car, but Dakota refused. The female told Wilson that Dakota wanted her to call the police. Wilson stated that she told the female that she did not know what was going on and that she needed to mind her own business. Wow. Wilson stated that Dakota eventually got in the car and they drove home. Once home, Dakota refused to get out of the car. Wilson stated that she opened the back door and told him to get out of the car. Dakota responded by screaming at Wilson and telling her he was leaving. Wilson stated that when she attempted to stop him from leaving, she does not know if she tackled Dakota or they fell to the ground. However, her intention was to hold him. She stated this occurred in her front yard of her residence next to her driveway. Wilson described that she was laying across Dakota's body. She advised that she called CPS caseworker Sierra Boatner and spoke to her on FaceTime. Yikes. Wilson stated that Sierra was trying to calm Dakota down on the phone. Wilson stated that Dakota was flail and move around. Wilson said she had one hand holding her phone and one hand bracing her. She stated that at this point she was out of breath, but not because of the moving around, but because she was overweight. Sierra then asked her to call when they go inside. Wilson also stated that she had a short conversation with her husband through the Ring camera and told him that Dakota was having one of his days. She then asked Dakota if he was ready to get up and, "Are you faking?" Then rolled Dakota over, and it appeared, there's trigger warning, guys, and appeared his eyelids were pale. She then began CPR and called 911. She stated that shortly thereafter, a neighbor came to help. Wilson was asked about Ring video cameras outside the home. She stated that they work, but she does not have access. Her husband does. Robert Wilson then emailed the videos to Wilson. Who then forwarded them to me. Jeez. I reviewed several Ring videos that captured the incident. All the videos are from the Ring doorbell camera, which faced toward the front yard and driveway. The first video begins with me taking a breath.
Do you want me to read for a little bit?
Sure. Let me zoom this in.
Okay. Hold on.
There's just the last little bit.
1 second. All right. Wilson laying, excuse me. Sorry. Wilson already laying across the S near his, hold on 1 second.
Thanks, Steven.
Sorry. Wilson already laying across DS near his neck head area. DS is screaming during the entire 20-second video. The second video shows Wilson still on top of DS. Wilson has her right arm, elbow on the ground, and DS has his left arm free. DS is still crying and screaming through the 20-second video. The third video begins with Wilson on top of DS near his buttock area. DS arms are above his head, and he does not move for the entire 6-minute 48-second video. Good God. The fourth video begins with both DS and Wilson in the same positions as the last video. DS does not move during this video. The fifth video shows Wilson on one knee facing DS and states Dakota several times. When DS does not answer, Wilson begins screaming Dakota and asks her child to call 911. Wilson can be heard saying, "I was laying on him and he was acting bad." Jesus. On April 27th of 2024, I was contacted by South Bend Memorial Hospital and advised that DS was pronounced deceased earlier that morning. 1 second. Sorry, guys. On April 29th of 2024, an autopsy was conducted of DS by Dr. Harris Iqbal, I think. I attended the autopsy and was advised by Dr. Harris Iqbal that DS was 58 inches tall and weighed 91 pounds. The autopsy revealed petechiae of organs and soft tissue, hepatic and pulmonary hemorrhage, which basically means that his organs were crushed. And petechiae would be like, if you see your eyeballs, petechiae, when it's bloodshot, looks like the bleeding, the internal bleeding of it. So that's what that would be. Excuse me. Hepatic and pulmonary hemorrhage. So yeah, his lungs had hemorrhaged, and Jesus, left postarcular, I think that's a misspell, but postarcular contusion and contusions overlying on lateral malleoli. Based on the findings and circumstances surrounding the death of DS, the cause of death is mechanical asphyxia, and the manner of death was homicide. Indiana driver's license records for Jennifer Wilson list her as 4'11" and 340 pounds. Jesus. The damn volleyball. By reason of the above, I have caused to request the issuance of an arrest warrant for Jennifer Lee Wilson for reckless homicide, level 5 felony. Further, your affiant saith not. I have read the above, and it is true. Signed, Detective Dan Alonzo. Subscribed and sworn before me, a deputy prosecutor, this 8th day of July, 2024. Armando Salmas Jr. Good. Hey, Molly. D3DD. Hello. Welcome, guys. Thank you for jumping in here. I appreciate you guys very much.
Hello, everybody that's come in.
Oh, there's my
All right.
deal.
Doodle.
I personally went in and dropped the link in people's personal discords. Get your asses in. Bring your asses in
Hey,
here.
Arctic.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us, Arctic. So, yeah, this is disgusting, you guys.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that she laid on him a lot longer than she claims she did.
Yeah, it sounds like it was about 10 minutes. If you add up all the minutes in the
So
video.
this kid weighed, how much again did he weigh? 90
He
pounds?
weighed 91 pounds, yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff, like I said, sometimes I think that people should have to take a test to be able to have children. If you can't pass that test, sorry, you just no instant hysterectomy or whatever.
And then we rely on, the foster care to help these kids, and this is what happens.
Well,
so
I don't want to say foster care is the problem. There are some good foster families out there, guys. There really are.
Exactly, Arctic.
It's the Children's Services Board that's the problem in some senses, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I think this is,
right.
I found this in our Indy Star, which is our newspaper. So it says, according to DCS latest annual child fatality report, 61 children died from abuse and neglect in 2022. This includes 7 children involved in active investigations or open cases with the state agency at the time they died. In 13 of the deaths, or 21%, DCS had substantiated prior reports of abuse or neglect involving the children or their caregivers. The annual report released in December noted that represented a drop from 25% in 2021. That's still 4% is not.
No.
I want to scroll down. I must have cut that off. Hold on. Yep. But a deeper review of the report reveals that in 38 deaths, 62% of the fatalities, DCS also was aware of prior allegations of abuse or neglect involving the children or their caregivers. So they were fully aware and did nothing. 62% of the fatalities.
This child was failed by everybody.
Yes. Dakota is at least the second child involved with DCS to have died in April. This irritated me too. Which Governor Eric Holcomb has designated as Child Abuse Prevention Month. What is that supposed to do?
That's doing very good, I can tell.
All right? Like, you need to do something else besides designate April as Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Make some changes, right?
Come on now. 3 weeks before Dakota's death, a 5-year-old Indianapolis girl died in what police described as a horrifying case of child neglect. Kinsley Welty was locked in a and
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
what this is.
Where?
Squalid closet for months before dying of malnutrition on April 9th.
I
The
remember this.
child's mother, the mother's boyfriend, and the child's grandmother are facing criminal charges. DCS had significant involvement with Kinsley's family, and Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears said the abuse would have been obvious to anyone. A caseworker even visited the home the day the girl died, but was told she was with a grandparent, according to court records. The child's other family members are calling for reform at DCS. This is the little girl, and that's her grandpa holding her picture. And okay,
Nope,
that was all
nope,
I had
nope,
on
nope,
that
nope.
part.
Nope.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me.
So a squalid closet is like a walk-in
Oh,
type
okay.
closet, multi-use type thing. That's at least that's how it describes it.
Okay.
Excuse
That
me.
was like a squalid closet. What is that?
You know how like when you go in walk it with the walk-in closet that has like place just for your shoes, and then there's an island in the middle sometimes for shelf like drawers that have
Oh, yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
This is insane to me. Like this woman, you know what needs to be done? They need to park a truck on this woman and just leave it there and let her see how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
And there was, I keep saying this, but there was family in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they take him away from family?
Why did they put him back with her is what I don't understand.
Yeah, because he was with a foster family that
guy that
cared
they
about him. I
interviewed.
mean, he tattooed the kid's initials on his calf.
Right.
He
And
obviously loved the kid.
like Sherry said, why did they move him? They do this here in Ohio too. They screw up situations that are going good for these kids for stupid other reasons. I'm sure it has something to do with money, because everything
I'm
does.
sure.
So this child would have been perfectly fine, living a good life, happy, content, if they would have left him where he was. Instead, they put him back with bow down brown cow that decides she wants to think she's going to punish him. God bless America.
Right. Let me see.
Like I said, they need to punish her by parking a truck on her and just leaving it there. See how she likes it.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't. Oh, and her husband is a high school principal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That needs to be looked into too.
Yeah, I saw a petition out there to get him fired. I was like,
Now,
I don't
like
know.
what part did he? Can you explain that real quick, just in layman's terms? What part did he play in this, Mama Bear?
The only part that I saw, read, or heard was that he had the Ring doorbell conversation with her while she was sitting on him.
Wow. Instead of saying, "Hey, get your fat ass off of it," excuse my language, sorry.
Right.
Off of him. What are you doing? No. What is wrong with these people?
What did Molly say? So he was with this. Yeah, he had been with her like 2 years prior, and for whatever reason took him away from a family that cared about him and put him with her again.
Yeah,
I don't
Molly.
know.
Agree, Arctic. I agree. That's the problem.
Mhm.
That's not just in Indiana. That's not just in Ohio. Not just in Arkansas, Oklahoma. This happens nationwide, you guys, and it seems to be the same things are going on. I told you guys the story about I think it was a 3-month-old baby that was taken away from her family for molestation, okay? And then visited by a cousin and his wife, and it happened again while in custody of DCS. How do these things happen continuously?
Yeah, I don't.
And these weren't the people that did this to the baby originally. It was more people in the family that did it. It's just disgusting to me.
Very, very disgusting.
And I don't get me wrong. I know that there are
Oops.
what's the word I'm trying to think of here? They don't have enough workers. I know that in some senses, but do the right things with the workers you have then, at least, okay?
But on that, let me see if I can find it real quick. I left this Indy Star article up. It's really long, or I'd read the whole thing, but it's really long. It said, let me find it.
No, you're right, D3. I think they need to start bringing back in the old days, vigilante justice. It is horrible, Molly. I agree with you. But there was family. There were family that could have taken care of this kid, and they took him away from them to put. I don't understand this at all. This makes no sense.
Oh, here it is. It says DCS has been fully staffed since November, which seems promising. But last month's deaths of Dakota Levi Stevens and Kinsley Welty raised concerns for me that DCS has bigger barriers to caring for our state's most vulnerable children.
Where's the training at?
Right.
The accountability needs to be held there. That's very true, D3. It can be, but the thing is I think that if he would have been left with family, he'd have been alive right now.
Yeah. Yep.
That's true too, Zelda. Very true. It's also not helpful that they turn away loving homes for these kids based on sexual orientation. That's a huge issue for me, Arctic.
Arctic, do you want to come up, hun? I think I can do more than one.
Yeah, you should be able to. Which plan do you have?
The free one.
I think you can bring one more person up here, I think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right with that one, bud.
There you go, Arctic, if you can or want to.
I've heard of stuff happening here where they've taken kids that out of homes, and there are same-sex marriages, whether it's male or female, that want to foster and or adopt these kids, and they pull them away because of that scenario, and that's bullshit to me.
Hey,
Salty.
What's up, Arctic?
Not much. Just got home about 10 minutes ago. My mom sent me shopping.
That's always fun. Always fun.
But yeah, here in Arkansas, 25% of the kids in the system are literally sleeping on floors right now because of how overwhelmed the system is. But they are hesitant to place these kids with same-sex couples. It was about 5 years ago, my husband and I tried to foster through the system, and we had them come in. We had the best home study. We had, all kinds of people write glowing letters of recommendation and everything, but they turned us down. And of course they found something. They said, oh, well, you've got too many medical problems, so we can't really place kids with you. But at the end of the day, we both know what the issue was, and it was that we were a same-sex couple. So,
of course.
And that's such a
that would have gotten, those kids would have gotten the best, 10 times better care and more love than they would get in any traditional, for lack of better terms, I don't even know what to call it anymore, but traditional family that they could have been placed in. So they'll hold on to them or pack them in with multiple families rather than putting them out to a family that would care and love for them the way they should be. It's disgusting.
I mean, things have to change. And part of the problem is that the rules and regulations regarding the foster care system, there's been no real update since the 1960s. So we're putting these kids in a very antiquated system.
Yep.
And until people start marching on their state capitals and demanding change, we're going to keep seeing kids after kids after kids pass away due to the mistakes that these systems are making because they are severely understaffed. There's not room for these kids. And there are some really good foster parents out there, but way too many people are in it for the paycheck rather than to try to help these kids out.
That's very true.
Aw.
That is very true.
Thank you for being here, Barb. And she said, when I was a teenager and homeless, 2 gay men took me in and treated me better than any of her family members.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I do.
We have a couple that comes in to our store, and they adopted, and I don't know if there's a way to check or not, but he said that Indiana has the highest number of kids in the United States in foster care.
Yeah, and I want to address what Brandy said too. They'll take these kids for very stupid reasons, but they'll also walk into situations where these kids absolutely should be removed from the home and leave them in dire straits situations. Or when they do remove the kids from a family that's very, very abusive and place them in a home where they do get treated well, our foster system is so focused, laser focused on reunification that they reunite these kids with their abusers and they're put back in the same type of situation all over again.
Without rehabilitation, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reunification laws are a joke anymore. I believe in reunification by all means, don't get me wrong. But they don't spend they don't check into the rehabilitation part of it or push it like they should. And yeah, they go back into a situation.
There's some times that I can see the case for reunification. If the family was just having problems keeping their house clean, if it was a financial struggle issue, if it was a drug issue and they've gotten clean, I can see reunification in those types of cases. But where they were literally beating and breaking these child's bones and shit, they should never be reunited with their children.
Or if there's been SA involved or anything like that, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I agree with you. It's very sad. And again, guys, here we are once again asking the world to protect our children because every day it's something different, whether it's this or trafficking or runaways being treated as if they're nothing or the stupid Amber Alert system or any of this. They don't, our children are unprotected and we're losing them day after day after day after day. It's just a sad situation all the way around. God. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to joke. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but I'm telling the truth because I know if this were to ever happen to me when I was a kid, I would have loved to have been placed with a male gay couple because I'll tell you right now, I'd have had the best clothes possible. I'd have looked the best of anybody because I'm telling you, gay men have the best style in the world, period. I learned that my wife's uncle, like he don't play. So yes, they get that's not a reason to place kids with somebody. I'm saying, but the fact that they don't want to place kids in a same-sex marriage is wrong to me. It doesn't matter, guys. We should be beyond that at this point, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know how we're not. Why? Here's the thing I have a question about. You're married, Arctic, obviously, and it's been legalized now. It's a legal thing. It's just normal now. So if that part of it's legal, why do they struggle and not put these kids within the families that way now? What's the good reason for it? I want to know. Anybody?
Well, in Arkansas and most of your red states, they are still, rather than going by the Constitution, going by the Bible. And so, too many people want to focus on that one little phrase in Leviticus about a man not lying with a man rather than, doing what's right for a child.
Times have changed. They need to catch up. That's all I'm saying. Times have changed.
Yeah. Seriously.
Big time. Let's get caught up, folks. And that's ridiculous too, because they want to say that, that we shouldn't follow along with religion, and religion shouldn't be part of government, and this and that and everything else. Well, I think that goes right along with that as well. Again, just an opinion I have.
This is interesting.
This
Molly
case
just
pisses
found
me off.
something and sent it to me. How she finds this stuff so fast is just beyond me.
She does all day. She's just nonstop.
Yeah. So this is a Christian Alliance for Orphans. It's got the U.S. foster care statistics for 2023. So like Arkansas, there's 4,500 children in out-of-home placements, but there's only 1,668 licensed foster homes.
Now, I will say this, it is getting better. They did just recently build a huge boys' home in Sebastian County to help house a lot of these children. So they are trying to house these kids. The problem is, though, they're not with families. And, it's great that they've got housing for them and they're doing these homes and everything. But these kids need families. I mean, they've been ripped out of the only home they've ever known. And then you wonder why the kids come out of the system and, statistically speaking, are at a higher rate of becoming statistics themselves, committing violent crimes, committing domestic abuse and everything. They need loving homes to teach them right from wrong.
Hold on, Mama Bear. I agreed. I definitely agree. Look at Florida. Good Lord Almighty! Look at Florida. 23,000.
Florida has 23,000 with only 9,000 foster homes.
That's insane.
Indiana has 13,000 with only almost 5,000 foster homes.
What does Ohio have? You gotta go the other way, I think. Is Ohio on there?
See. So, which states have the most children in foster? You guys must have a low number. The most populated states that have the highest number of foster care placements as of 2021, California has the highest number of foster care placements with 47,871 children currently in care, followed by Texas and Florida with 28,042 and 23,507 respectively. But other states like Minnesota, Illinois, Arizona, and Missouri have a higher ratio of foster care placements to the state population. While Illinois has about 10 million fewer inhabitants than Florida, the two states share a similar number of placements. Let me see if there's other states
pretty
on
wild.
here. Yeah. I'll have to look through this later. This is interesting.
Thank you,
How
Molly.
many children are adopted out of foster care each year? In 2021, adoption accounted for 25% of foster care exits, translating to 53,546 adoptions. Since 2012, the number has fluctuated between 50,000 and 66,200 adoptions yearly.
Wow.
25%.
That's crazy.
The average age of a child waiting to be adopted was 7.5. 36% of children waiting for adoption that year were under 5 years old.
That's crazy. They do
And the older
crazy.
a child, and the older a child gets, the harder it is for them to get placed. And God forbid if it's a special needs child. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you would think if there's loving families out there that are willing to take on the special needs of a child that has autism or has some type of chromosome disorder or has Down syndrome or whatever their disability may be, you would think, hey, if they're willing to take this on, God bless them. Let's place this child in this home. But
Well,
unfortunately, there's a lot of families that get turned down that are willing to accept kids that have special needs that are older. So,
well, you also there's something with that I have to speak on.
Hmm.
That the creature that I was married to, the first time, her family that she was adopted into did the fostering. They fostered special needs, like high end special needs with like feeding tubes, some with ventilators, and I believe they did it because of the pay that they received for this. Because they had so many at one time that they had like 23 kids in their home at one time. Okay. And I was just like, when we first got together, I would ask things like, why do they have all these children that are special needs, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then they built a $32 million home in a very high end area. And I'm like, oh, okay. I get it
well, I
now.
mean,
And
and
that,
it's just like anything else. You're always going to have those people that are in it for the wrong reasons. But
yes.
like sibling groups, they're hard to place together. And I
Yeah.
think it's important for them to be together. I mean, they've done gotten ripped away from the only home they've ever known. And then you're going to separate them to boot. So if
Yeah.
you have families that are willing to take on sets of 2, 3, 4 siblings, why not make sure that those kids get placed together?
Well, you know what? They did that to my sister-in-law. They gave her, she fostered, her and her husband fostered one, two, three. They fostered 5 kids altogether, but then they fostered a family of kids. There was 2 very little, I want to say they were 1 and 2 years old, or no, 2 and 3 years old, brother and sister. And then there was an older girl who was about 4 years older. And then there was a baby, like a newborn baby. So they allowed them to keep the 3 kids. They had the baby for a short period of time, and then they put in to adopt these kids, right? They took the baby away right before the adoption was approved and put the baby back with its birth mother and separated all the siblings, which I thought was one of the most disgusting things I ever saw. And it broke my sister-in-law's heart, of course, because she became close to it, to the baby. So they do things like this, and it makes no sense to me why they do these types of things at all. Hey,
Okay,
Salty.
so being the blonde that I am, there was a little thing at the bottom that said next. My bad. So
Oh,
Ohio has 15,449 children in out-of-home placements and 7,639 licensed foster homes.
It's like half.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hey, Lovey. The sad thing is there's nothing that we can do other than what Arctic said, is start screaming to the state legislature about this stuff. Truly, that's all any of us can do, I think.
Yeah.
And we can't let it go. That's the problem. It goes right along with everything else we've been talking about.
And apparently our governor doesn't care because he just made it National, what was it, Child Abuse Month?
Right? And instead of fixing
Like,
it.
what? Really?
That makes him look like a hero.
Like, wow, dude. 2 kids die, and you're going to make it National Child Abuse Month. Okay. Oh, I bet this is because of Chicago.
That's
Illinois has
crazy.
21,000.
Very disheartening.
But look at this. California, I mean, they have almost the same number of licensed foster homes as they do children in out-of-home placements.
Right.
I mean, closer than any of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. If this lady is charged, she will probably do. Yeah. Yes, Salty, I am in lovely Indiana. She will do possibly 1 to 6 years in prison.
You're kidding me.
No.
There's the other problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look at all the counts of child abuse that Ruby Frankie and her friend Jody Sue were faced with, and
Yep.
they got basically a slap on the damn wrist. And that's not even going into all the other abuse that we know about that we've witnessed firsthand watching their channels.
Yep.
I mean, she's already bonded out.
What was her
I
turn?
don't know.
What was her sentence? They did her sentencing, right?
Uh-uh.
Didn't she have her
Yes,
trial
they
already?
did. They got sentenced to 1 to 6 years
Frankie's, yeah.
each count.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant this lady.
Oh, she's bonded out too?
Yeah.
This woman here bonded out? There should have been no bond for something. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Right?
This is bullshit.
Was
Complete
a
bullshit.
$200,000 bond. And she bonded out.
That's just ignorant. I'm sorry. If you've done something that ends up
Exactly,
unaliving a
Sylvia.
child or anything like that, there should be no bond. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and she'll probably get good behavior, so that'll reduce her sentence.
She'll probably, well, they said 1 to 6 years. She'll probably do 6 months and be out on probation. That
Probably.
is what makes
Community
me sick.
service. Yeah.
That's what makes me sick.
Yep.
That's why I said I'm sorry, and it may sound wrong, but I'm starting to feel like vigilante justice is the only time there is any justice anymore. Take it back to the old days. That woman right there should have a car parked on her so she knows what it feels like.
Well, I'll
Move
tell
on.
you what, I think
Next
cases
one.
like the one that we're going over today, where this child did the right thing, went and contacted a neighbor, but the neighbor
Right?
didn't do the right thing. And I have, I kind of understand why Gypsy Rose did what she did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's why I keep saying, guys, we need to stop minding our own business. I don't care what anybody says. When you see something, you say something. If the neighbor, if you're the neighbor of the situation, get involved. Don't let it just happen. Because that's what's going on anymore.
And I can't find. It may have been in Grizzly's live where they said that she would do 1 to 6. Because I don't see it in there. Let me see
Well,
what this.
I guarantee you one thing. They will. I hope they keep her in isolation if she is in jail, because there's a lot of mothers in there that ain't going to be happy about what she did.
Right.
And we can only hope for that kind of justice.
Yeah. There would, yeah. Maybe.
Bye.
I'm going to Ariel's.
Bye, Junebug.
You hear her?
No. Did you say bye?
Yeah, she did.
Let's see what this is. I don't remember watching this one. Can you hear it?
Oh, these are for the
Go for it. I'll be right back, Bear.
Okay.
No sound, Mama Bear.
No sound?
No sound.
Okay. Let's see. All right, let's see if that works now.
We just want some answers. What happened? He was a healthy
Can
little
you hear
boy.
it now?
Amid the grief,
Yeah, that's better.
Kava has concern after her great nephew, 10-year-old Dakota Levi Stevens, suddenly dies while in the custody of a foster family in Northwest Indiana.
Very intelligent young man. He loved to take things apart and put them back together. He loved sharks, cars.
According to the Porter County Sheriff's Office, last Thursday, deputies were called to the 200 block of Falcon Way in Liberty Township for a medical emergency and found a 10-year-old boy unresponsive. The child was rushed to an area hospital for treatment but died Saturday after being removed from life support. Results of a state-mandated autopsy may not be available for 60 days.
For his sake, for future sake, just justice for him, and to see things being done the right way.
His former foster father, Hayden Hetzel, had both Dakota and his younger sister in the home from 2019 to 2021. Both Dakota and his sister ended up in the system after relatives say their father died and their mother gave up her parental rights. In a statement, a spokesperson for Indiana's Department of Child Services writes in part, "Our entire staff is heartbroken by the news. DCS works with stakeholders and partners across the state to investigate the death of a child anytime there is suspicious or suspected abuse or neglect and will take the appropriate action." Because Dakota was a ward of the state, family members were first told they could not attend his funeral, but officials changed their minds. His service is planned for Monday morning in Crown Point. A vigil is scheduled for the same day. Friends and relatives say anyone who cared about Dakota is welcome.
We were looking forward to reuniting one day. Unfortunately, we're going to reunite on Monday, but not as we planned.
Reporting from Northwest Indiana, Evelyn Holmes, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness.
You know, I'm so sick and tired of hearing how devastated these officials are every time something like this happens, but yet they're never taking any ownership of their part in what happened. You want to be remorseful, you want to be devastated, then get off your high horse and do something to reform the system so that it doesn't happen to another child.
Very good point, my friend. Very good point. You guys want to see what we're having for dinner tonight? Very long hot dogs.
Yeah, those are really long hot dogs. Wow.
They're foot longs.
Ah. Let me show you this picture. This was at the funeral home.
What the hell?
It's a blow-up shark arch because he liked sharks.
Oh, okay.
So they had the hearse drive through the shark's mouth after the funeral.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
This is one of the most preventable deaths of a child that there is, in my opinion. This could have been completely prevented if they'd have just left that child where he was.
In so many different ways and times and
yeah,
it's okay, SRB. I'm just glad you're here now.
Hey, SRB. This is disgusting to me, you guys. I don't understand it anymore. And Molly, don't get gross. I saw what you said.
She can't help it.
I know. Good to see you, Lovey. Guys, thank you guys for jumping in here. I appreciate it
Hey,
very much.
Lovey. Yes, thank you for being here, guys.
We got 23 peeps in here.
Woohoo! I think that's a record.
And we got 23 likes too. You guys are doing better here than you do in my place. Hell yeah. Good.
Let's see.
Arctic said, Molly, if I can behave myself, I know you can. I don't know, Arctic. It's rough with her. Just saying. No, they had a thing on foot-long hot dogs in the buns, Coney Islands they call them, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. Throw
Oh
them on
yeah.
the grill.
Heck yeah. That sounds good actually. We have a grill. I don't even know if it works. I think we need to just buy some propane for it.
And we got my wife makes chili sauce, and we got the cheese and all the fun stuff. So he was
That's
such
a
a.
little
I
sister.
mean that. And here's the thing: this little girl has to go without her brother now. They were very close. He adored her, vice versa. And now because this woman's ignorant and couldn't control herself, these siblings are separated. Once again, another child. That this little girl's going to grow up traumatized because of this scenario now, and need multiple forms of counseling, I'm sure, because
Oh
of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And this could have been completely avoided. Completely avoided. It's just disgusting anymore.
Yeah. SRB, we're talking about a case here in Indiana. These two ended up in foster care because they were taken away from their parents. Their dad then passed away in 2021. She fortunately was adopted. He went to a separate foster home, and for punishment, because he was acting up, she sat on him for a minimum of 5 minutes. I'm going to say closer to probably 10. And essentially crushed him.
And what she said says it all. Okay. He was being bad. There is no bad child, you guys. I'm
Not at
sorry.
10.
I will disagree with anybody. There is no bad child at 10 years old. There's something wrong with that child somewhere, somehow. Or it's just where he's just being a little boy. And people make such a big deal about it. Okay. Could be the way he was raised with that mother beforehand. Okay.
Right.
He's hyperactive. That doesn't mean he's bad. Give me a damn break.
Yeah, the picture on the screen is him and his sister. She called him Levy. His middle name was Levi. A lot of people called him Levi instead of Dakota. The shark thing you saw was his funeral. He loved sharks, so they had a inflatable shark arch at the end, so the hearse drove through the shark's mouth when it was over.
There's the first problem. The child should never have to be anywhere near a hearse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so vocal on this. I'm so disgusted with
No,
this.
you're fine.
It's just, I'm disgusted beyond it. I can't.
Yeah. Oops, that's work stuff. That's a different case. Where'd my other pictures go?
God.
Okay.
Fucking cow.
You're welcome, hon. Oh, I believe you, Arctic.
I get it.
I am disgusted that she's out of jail too, and that she's not going to get that much time.
And I'm sure
Yeah,
she'll probably have another child.
Probably. SRB, she's 4'11", 300 and what did I say, 40 pounds?
Like, I know what man wanted to have a child with that thing.
Yeah. And I believe this is her actual mugshot.
God.
That's what I found anyway on the Indiana Mugshot Facebook page.
I think I want to watch the trial on this. I want to watch if she even reacts to any of this.
Look how cute.
He's an adorable kid. He really was.
I got a video here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. He was so excited. I don't know what he was excited about, but he was excited.
No, there's nothing about body shaming for you, and I'm not that person. But when somebody uses their weight to destroy a child's life, that's what I'm gonna shame, and I will call it what it is. So she just lays on him instead of trying to be a parent because she's too fucking lazy to do anything. I'm sorry, excuse my language again. I am so mad right now. I probably should just shut up.
I know, Far. I get it. She Oh, okay. Let's see here. Let's see if this will play. See if I did it right or not. I don't know if I did it or not. It's not showing anything, is it? No crud. Not something acted weird with it. Okay.
Arctic. Really?
I know, right?
I love this guy. I love this guy. Always knows what to say at the right time. I'm so sorry for my mouth there.
You're fine. Like I said,
really upset.
I am not monetized, so it's
but it isn't even about that. It's just I should know better, and I'm just beyond upset about this.
I know how you get when you get mad, and I knew you was going to get mad about this, so I was fully prepared. All right, I'm gonna go. So the Facebook page I'm going to is, they look like kids to me, so I'm gonna say the kids' parents, whatever you want to call them. That he tattooed the kid's initials in his thigh. His name is Hayden Hetzel. And I guess it'd be easier if I share my screen so you know what I'm talking about. Turn the audio on because I know there's a video in here somewhere. So that was to Dakota. And I guarantee he could have. This is her court stuff. Let me see. I looked at it, but bond said at $20,000 cash only. It's a level 5 felony. Where's her court date? I want to say it's the 31st. I may have to go on my case and let's see, reckless homicide, use when offense is not committed by using a motor vehicle. Well, I mean, as big as a damn motor vehicle. Okay, I'll look at it later and see. Let me find that video. It might be under videos and not photos. This one is so funny. Hold on. All right, let me know if you guys can hear him.
Let's smoke it! Oh yeah! Let's smoke it! Let's smoke it, baby! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Let's smoke it! Oh yeah! Let's smoke it! Let's smoke it, baby! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah!
What is he saying?
I have no idea. But he's excited about it. It almost sounds like.
Is he swearing?
Oh yeah! Let's smoke it! Let's smoke it, baby! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Let's smoke it! Oh yeah! Let's smoke it! Let's smoke it, baby! Yeah! Oh yeah!
All right.
Yeah! Let's
He's excited about something.
Yeah. So adorable. Oh.
Oh yeah!
Okay. Let's see what this is. Oh, the camera.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. this stand, and I decided,
Whoa.
I know I should make another stand. So I made
He
the other
does look
stand.
like.
I made the other stand over here, and it perfectly fits. And I even this is not a block. This is not a block right here.
What is that? A Bella production?
This stand, and I decided, I know I should make another stand. So I made
He
the other
does look
stand.
like.
I made the other stand over here, and it perfectly fits. And I even this is not a block. This is not a block right here.
What is that? A Bella production?
This stand, and I
Kelly's
decided,
super smart.
I know I should make another.
This looks like a haircut, maybe. Sweet.
Because it's gonna go in your hair.
June bugs love. Oh, I know. I don't know why.
You're bald though, so it can't go in there.
I do not know
Ew,
why.
June bugs. I hate June bugs.
He caught it.
They're by my back door.
These are videos from the foster dad that, yeah, exactly what Arctic said. Really loved the little boy.
Because I got a nightlight.
I believe they're the ones that adopted
They
his
love
sister.
that.
They go to the light. They love it.
No, he was circling the light all.
How did you get it? How did you get it?
Yeah, how did you catch him?
He was right here, and then he flew around over here, and then he
I don't know why. I love
landed. He landed right here, so I grabbed him.
Because it's gonna go in your hair.
I think there's one more.
Remember, clean up. No. Clean up. Girl, clean up.
Give mommy Hannah your. Remember.
Clean up.
I made him do it.
No. Clean up. Girl, clean up.
Give mommy Hannah your. Remember.
Clean up.
So cute.
I made him do it.
No.
I don't know what she said. She made him do something. This is the foster dad and his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure. Let me see if they're married. Oh, they're engaged. They got engaged in April, right before he passed. Jeez. Oh, these poor kids. The big ones and the little ones. Yeah, okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the other foster dad dude, no. Well, I don't know about her. The lady that, the overweight lady, what's her name? Jennifer. I don't know if I doubt her husband's sticking up for her. I don't know what he's doing. But I believe he's a high school principal. Let me see. There was. think, let me see where this is at on the map, because I think this is down by Evansville. I think. Let's see what they say. Did they say Valparaiso or Munich? Let's see. Okay. No, I was thinking wrong. It's north instead of south. I had it completely backwards. Just not uncommon for me. So there's Valparaiso. So it'd be close to like Hammond, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. It's way up there. Because where you guys see that M, that's where I'm at. I'm way down here. And it's up here. Oh, it's right here. And the hospital they airlifted him to was South Bend. So that was up here. So that might be why the Chicago news stations picked it up more than down here, because it was, I mean, it's right there by Chicago, but still. Oh, I bet, Doodle. I bet. Oh, same SRB. I couldn't. Yeah. Doodle, you need a break.
Nope, I'm with SRB. If my spouse did something horrendous, I don't care who it is. If my dad, my mom did something like that, I'd throw them under the bus faster than shit.
Right? I know what you mean. And I just hope to God they don't release those Ring doorbell videos. Because there's no reason for that to be out there. I'm not going to even look at any of these on TikTok because right. Hey, Andy. Aw, honey, I hope you feel better. D3D, what do you mean? You need some guts to get away from your parents. And you're homeless, D3D? Where are you at? Like, what state? Hey, Granny, how are you, hun? You're in Miami, Florida. I don't know if Mom would be able to help her or not. Barbara, she's in, or I shouldn't say she, they are in Miami, Florida. And unfortunately, I don't know anything about Florida to get you help. I'm gonna step away from it. Can you boys hold the fort down? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a rough one, Diego.
I'd have been all right till those videos played. That hit me really hard. You'd think I'd be used to this by now.
It doesn't get any easier. I mean, I've covered so many cases in the years I've been on this platform, and you'd think I'd harden to some of it, but they all hit me the same as day one. So.
Mm-hmm. Some of them hit me harder than other ones. I had that same effect from Sebastian's case. This one, I don't know. I've dealt with these like hands-on too, working with EMS and stuff, and it's weird because some of them are hard, some of them are really hard, some of them aren't not as hard, but I don't know what it is. It's every so often there's like a switch that gets flipped on with this, you know. This one, I don't know if it's the videos. I think it was the videos. Those were like just boom, smack me in the face. Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. I definitely don't think I look skinny, Doodle. I don't know. I think you need new glasses, sweetie.
Huh? Who needs
I
glasses?
brought Doodle Bugs as wide as Dago looks so skinny. Crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. This. I don't know what the hell. This is just. It's almost the same reaction I had with Sebastian's case. The video. I'd have been okay without those videos. I think that's what hit me. Like swinging a baseball bat. Anyway, and don't get me wrong, you guys. I don't care for one case more than the other by any means. It's just some of them, they don't go inside as deep as some of these do.
Exactly.
That was rough to watch. It's two different drastic emotions coming at you at one time. On one hand, I want to take a ride and meet up with this woman in person, and on the other hand, I want to sit here and bawl my eyes out. You know what I mean? So,
Oops.
it's crazy. Somebody's got to do it. That's for sure. 48 years old. Are you taking care of your parents, D3? Is that kind of your scenario, or are you just there because of a situation? And you don't have to explain by any means, but
let me see. D3. Hopefully it'll go. There's a link for a shelter that has openings. If you're able to research that. I got it, Doodle. I already got it in the chat. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Bear. Thank you guys for caring to look for that stuff too. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love this community so much. You have a log, Doodle?
A lag, I think.
What?
Huh? I think it says lag.
Oh my God. Where'd them glasses that don't work go? Yeah, lag.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, why are you telling us you have a log? Jeez.
Yeah, trust me, we have massive potholes here in Indiana.
I see it now, Zelda. It's okay.
I sent you a link on a case that popped up the other night.
Me?
It was a Nancy Grace story. Yeah. Did you see it?
I think so.
Neighbors in fear. Hubby beheaded in garage. Wife in leg tied to cement chunk.
Yeah, I was gonna. Unless are you gonna run that one? If not, I was gonna run that probably today.
Nope, you can run it.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be looking at. That one. I got a couple of them actually. I've been trying to. If you guys haven't noticed, within the other channel, I've been trying to put out multiple different things. As much as I can. I've been running my shorts, which thank you, Doodle. Doodle has helped with me to figure that out. Are a lot of missing persons, missing kids, so on and so forth. I'm just trying to put as much out as I can and keep everything going in the nothing but the true crime realm. That's the whole goal. That's what Mama Bear's trying to do with the missing, as well as Doodle and Arctic, of course. And I'm trying to give you guys a very wide spectrum to look at with nothing but crime, avoiding all drama. So that's the point.
Yes, Zelda. Huge potholes. Irritating. Yeah, I sent you several the other day. I don't know if you saw them all.
And then
the 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I want to know.
I covered that one yesterday, actually, in the beginning of my show. Yeah. And then Arctic sent me one yesterday that infuriated me to no end. I started the paranormal show with that one with 4 brothers that went missing that I still can't believe that they went missing.
I was listening to part of that.
Yeah, they went missing July 1st, and we didn't get a word till July 19th.
Yep.
No, that's beyond unacceptable. This is why I want everybody to sign, as many people as we can get to sign this petition that Arctic has been pushing to change the Amber Alert system. Yeah. Guys, when I say this, please hear what I'm saying. and for whoever watches this video from here out, I don't care if this child is newborn, 0 years old to the age of 18. If they go missing, if they run away, if they're abducted, if they disappear, if they fall in a hole, I don't care what it is. An Amber Alert should be put out immediately the moment that it's realized that they're gone and ran until they're found. There should be no 24, 36, 40, 72, 48-hour holds, or it's a runaway. It doesn't count. None of that should matter.
Yeah.
A child is a child, period.
Yep.
It makes no sense to me that we have to jump over all these little jump through hoops and fireballs and this and that. It's ridiculous. A child is a child, is a child, period.
Yep.
It's got to be
insane. And, the thing is that the criteria is so different from one state to the next. And every child should get an Amber Alert. And you've got people that argue that if we put an alert out for every missing child, that people would become numb to it and disregard the alerts.
No.
Well, you make it to where you can't turn the alerts off on your phone. And you make it to where, quite frankly, they should be doing this anyway. Those alerts broadcast on your streaming services as well as on your phone. But
immediately should come across your TV when you're watching. I don't care what you're watching, what channel you're watching. It should interrupt whatever it is and stream right down the middle of the damn TV screen, folks. It should be. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I don't understand how somebody's going to tell me that they're watching a movie and they don't want interrupted by an Amber Alert signal. You've got to be kidding.
Ridiculous.
I've heard people say this. I've seen people say this. I'm in the middle of watching a movie or a TV show and it came across the thing and it interrupted. What? Okay. Get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's wrong, you guys. That's what's wrong with society.
Lucia, I haven't either. And I've been looking all over trying to figure out Indiana's crap.
One thing I will give Indiana though is they do put silver alerts out in Indiana for medically endangered children, which is something that I don't see very many states doing. So
we don't get it in Ohio.
They do that.
I don't think I've ever seen a silver alert in Ohio.
Yeah, and
I think senior citizens get a silver alert for different. Don't they get the same thing?
Senior citizens generally are the ones that get the silver alerts, but like Indiana, if that child has autism or if they have something medically wrong with them that puts them at special risk, they'll put a silver alert out for children of any age that have that special need. But that's not something that I see a lot of states doing. I wish more states would do that. Especially if we're not going to adopt Amber Alerts for every missing child. But, at least that's something that if that child's medically endangered, they're getting that silver alert put out.
And I did just find out recently, too, that Indiana now has a green alert. That I believe is for missing veterans. Missing veterans at risk and missing endangered adults. I think. Hold on. Let me see here. The person must be a missing veteran at risk. Okay. Whose disappearance is the result of a physical or mental health condition that is directly related to the veteran's military service. There must be enough descriptive information to believe the broadcast will help. Request must be recommended and veteran at-risk status verified by law enforcement agency of jurisdiction. So,
in Ohio, we have I'm sorry. Amber Alert, of course. There's also silver, clear, endangered alerts, blue, and camo alerts. Those are the 6 ones that we have.
Why can't we all just...
They need to be nationwide, and they need to all adopt the same criteria, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they all need to be the same damn color.
Well, I mean, for
So,
different things, yes.
well, yeah, but like where we have green, yours is camo. I mean, obviously, you could probably figure that out.
The
But
blue alert is for a missing police officer.
see, we don't have that.
I'm trying to figure out missing person. Clear, amber. We know what amber is, and then there's silver and clear. Silver here is for senior citizens. I'm trying to remember what the hell. Okay, clear is coordinated law enforcement adult rescue. It's similar to an amber alert, but it is sent out for an adult rather than a child. And the public is sent a clear alert when an adult has been missing, kidnapped, or abducted. An alert can be sent out for adults who are in immediate danger of injury, of death as well. Silver alert notifies the public when an elderly individual with a documented medical condition is missing. For this, the person must be 65 years or older. Endangered persons missing alert is someone who has been diagnosed with an intellectual disability is reported missing, and an endangered missing persons alert is sent out to the public. The camo alert is to inform the public that a current or former member of the United States Armed Forces, including the National Guard or a reserve, with a mental illness is missing. And of course, the blue alert makes the community aware of a criminal wanted by law enforcement. I was wrong about that. I'm sorry. Who has killed or seriously wounded a local, state, or federal police officer or enforcement officer. So it's kind of the same thing, but if a law enforcement officer has been harmed, they alert to the person that did the harming, which is interesting. But they need to make this way simpler.
Ew, a free Trump shirt. No.
You don't want a free Trump shirt? Come on.
No.
And that's just in Ohio, you guys, by the way. I just think that it should be a nationwide system that is implemented the same way for every state, period. It would make it so much easier, and it would carry state to state to state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have to
see
be
Arctic's comment.
I always assumed a clear alert was for good assumption, bud. A good assumption.
That's funny.
Good assumption for sure.
You're welcome, D3.
Yeah, it should just be set up in a nationwide system, period. As soon as it happens, and I don't care, like I said, a newborn to the age of 18 years old for Amber Alert in general, just period. Once they turn 18, then it can go into the adult, the endangered alert. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be just because they have medical issues or whatever. You can add that to the alert to give it a little bit more of a lift. You know, like an Amber Alert for a child that's autistic or something like that. You know, make it a Amber level 3 Amber Alert or something like that. Level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever you want to do, but still. That way we know what the scenario is. That would be an easy way to do it. I would have no problem putting something like that together myself. But it would be so much easier if it was nationwide, because I could be in Ohio and the alert goes out in Tennessee for a missing child. And I'm signed up to get those anyway, and I never do, but whatever. And everybody in the nation knows.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't had one on my phone and I don't know how long, and I double checked my settings and it's on, but
I never ever get the national alerts, and I hardly ever get the Ohio alerts anymore.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm signed up for all the national alerts. I very rarely get them. I get more information off of Facebook than I do anything else as far as when these alerts are issued and stuff. And
that's how we knew.
you know,
Yeah. That's how I knew that Sebastian went missing. I had no idea other than that.
And I'm with you. We need to standardize all these different alerts across all 50 states, because There's states that have 35 different types of alerts for all kinds of crap. And then there's
Oh my
states that
gosh.
have like, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And, you know, all we really need is we need an Amber Alert for missing kids. We need a Silver Alert for missing seniors. We need a critically medically endangered alert for people that have medical issues. And then we need a critically endangered alert for people where foul play is suspected. Put those 4 alerts out there, and yeah, the blue alert for whenever a cop is shot or something like that. But,
And the camo for a veteran, sure, or a military officer. Those are fine. I get that, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Make it simple. That way, people won't be irritated by it. They will not misunderstand it once it's explained. And let's go. Let's do it. That way, we know. Not 19 days later, after 4 kids have been missing for a month. God knows where they're at, who they're with, and what happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah.
I mean, if they can make the suicide hotline a national suicide hotline with all of the same number, all the same information, why can't they do it with this?
They can. They just don't want to invest the time or the money to do it, in my opinion. I'm sorry to say that, but that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris sent you a email about a case that sent it to
Thank
me.
you, Chris. Yeah, he just
Thank you,
asked.
Chris. I appreciate it.
I don't think it came through yet, but I did get. I think Steven sent me something too.
Oh, I think he did say.
Missing Florida siblings found under safe after alert issued involving Wake County mother in police custody. Here you go, Mama Bear. This is from Steven, but I'll pull that up, Chris, when it comes through. Sometimes it takes me a minute because my email is so overloaded. My apologies.
Two missing children from Florida are believed to be endangered and in Wake County, according to law enforcement. 7-year-old Caden Barber Jr. is a little over 4 feet tall, 65 pounds. His sister, 9-year-old Mariana Barber, is nearly 5 feet tall and 100 pounds. The children were last seen March 25th in Crawfordville, Florida, and may be in the custody of the woman you see on the right of your screen, 31-year-old Tiffany Carroll. Carroll is traveling in a 2014 gray Toyota Camry with North Carolina license plate VDY 6102. Anyone with information is asked to reach out to authorities.
They've actually been located safe.
Yeah, that's what they said. They've been located. The mother's in jail.
Yep.
Good.
So there's a good happy ending. I like to see it. And I think we should start. Well, I should start. I don't always do it, but start showing when we have those endings to a story like this, that so everybody knows that there is hope and that we don't, that you guys want to keep pushing forward to help to do these things, and that things do end happily sometimes too. I think that's important.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes we get busy and maybe forget, but I try to show when there have been found or when they are, hell, the other day I started a show off for that 2-year-old that was missing, and before I could even start the show, she was found, or he was found.
That's awesome.
But that's still, you know what I mean? That's important, I think, too.
Yeah.
So thank you, Stephen, for that. And let me see if Chris just came through yet. Hold on. Did you send it through email or did you drop it in Discord, Chris? You probably put it in Discord. Yeah, okay. I got it here. Hold on a minute.
The 4 brothers have been found safe.
They have?
Yes.
Where and how? Thank God. That's awesome.
Hold on. I'll send it in.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I'll put it in the back chat.
Good stuff.
Chris sent it through Discord, not email.
Yeah, I see that now.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. It's in Facebook, okay. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in here. Wait a minute. Do you want to pull the one up through Facebook first, Mom, or on private chat, or do you want this one first, Mom Bear?
We can do the one private chat since everybody's
Okay, go
interested
ahead.
in that one. Oops.
These are the four brothers I talked about last night, guys, before the show. They were all, I called them the Brown brothers, but Case Brown, Kai Brown, Caden Brown, Owen Brown. One of them was suffering from Down syndrome, which was what made it such a I want to put it out right now thing. But they have been found. That's awesome. Let's see. Does it say at the bottom? Or on top?
Thank you, California City Police Department. Brothers reported missing in Antelope Valley, located by CCPD. 4 brothers reported missing, last seen in Palmdale, were located by California City Police Department on July 19th. They are safe and being cared for at the station until LA County arrives to pick them up. Thank you to everyone who provided information leading to their location. Awesome.
There it is.
They're so
That,
cute.
That right there is why we do what we do, you guys. That's awesome. I wonder how and what happened that they're being held at the station. We know that it was a family relative that took them, but thanks, Arctic. I appreciate that, bud. I was wondering about that.
No problem. I'm just glad they were found.
That's exactly. Like I said, that right there is enough to say why we do what we do right there. To see them being found, they're safe, they're sound, they're taken care of, and we can move on to the next and knowing that they're okay. That's amazing. So this is what Chris sent me. If you want to pull that up.
Okay.
Teresa Reed is thinking, okay, so July 14th, 10 a.m. Irina, hold on a minute. I think this is, where'd they go again? Here they are. Irina Malesnik, a Russian language translator working in the federal courts, was last seen exiting her Brooklyn apartment building in the 400 block of Corbin Place at 1 p.m. on October 15th of 2007. Ooh. The very next day, Dmitry Yakovlov and his wife Julia obtained a credit card, Malesnik's name, and a woman matching Julia's description made a purchase of wristwatches from a Brooklyn jeweler and other items at a Century 21 department store in Westbury, Long Island. Dmitry Yakovlov was a surgeon from Russia who lived with his wife Julia in the Seagate, Brooklyn home of their first known victim. Oh, Michael Klein. So
their first known
victim, Michael Klein, who disappeared 2 days following the closing of the sale of the Brooklyn home in Seagate. Klein's car was found abandoned in Essex County, New Jersey, near an apartment complex where Yakovlov and his wife, Julia Yakovlov, previously had lived. Approximately 2 years later, in early January 2006, Victor Alexeyev's dismembered remains were found in a park approximately 2 miles from that apartment complex. At trial, a forensic expert testified that the manner in which Alexeyev's body was dismembered suggested it had been done by someone with anatomical knowledge and surgical training, such as Yakovlov. Wow, possessed. I've seen a lot of bad stuff in Russia. People get killed and kidnapped every day. Seeing this happen here is a great disappointment. An acquaintance of Malezik's, there we go, who asked not to be identified in 29 newspapers. On September 15th of 2011, Dmitry Yakovlov, a Russian immigrant and trained surgeon, was sentenced to 30 years imprisonment following his March 2011 conviction for identity theft, bacon credit card fraud involving 3 Brooklyn residents, Michael Klein, Victor Alexeyev, and Irina Malesnik, who all disappeared or were found murdered shortly after encounters with Dmitry Yakovlev between 2003 and 2007. Irina Malesnik, 5'2", 110 pounds, has never been located, and to date, she has no exclusions. New York City PD missing person squad number is 212-694-7781, and there's the case number. Wow. That's her. So I wonder if this surgeon
I'll
did
be
this?
right back. I got a phone call. Sorry.
Yeah. I wonder if the surgeon had something to do with this that's already in prison. That's her. Geez. This is a cold case for sure. Let's see here. Dig to find missing woman, Julia Yakovlev. Writers, investigators are digging up the basement of a Brooklyn couple's home, searching for the remains of a Russian court translator missing nearly 2 years. A team of agents from the FBI's evidence collection team and NYPD detectives descended on the possible crime scene on Surf Avenue and exclusive Seagate yesterday. They were armed and digging equipment and a search warrant signed by a Brooklyn federal court judge. The couple, Dmitria and Julia Yakovlev, were charged in July with stealing the identity of the woman, Irina Malesnik. Authorities said the couple made off with about $37,000 in automated teller machine withdrawals and credit card purchases. The search is being conducted for the remains of Irina Malesnik and David Schaefer, head of the FBI's organized crime section in New York. Dmitry Yakovlev is being held without bail. His wife is free on a $500,000 bond. She was present in the 2-story brick and pink stucco home when the feds arrived at 7:45 a.m. yesterday. This is an old story, but this is the woman right here that we're looking for. But I gotta wonder, based on what was just read through this, if this Yakovlev, if they killed her too. We just don't have any idea.
Yeah.
What, they're not admitting to it, or they have no idea where she's obviously at. Hey, Sunshine, I wear glasses to read certain things. I don't wear them regularly. I know I look like a dork in them, but it's okay. I'd like to see sometimes. That's an interesting story. I'm gonna have to take heed of that one. Unless you want to run that one. You want to research and run that one, Bear, it's up to you. Of course, I'm going to help you with it, but either way.
Yeah, we can do it together.
It's a cold case for sure. Thank you, Chris.
Irina M-A-L E-Z-H-I-K.
Malesnik.
There we go. Okay.
And the identity was stolen by Dmitry and Julia Yakovlev. Thank you, Sunshine. Yeah, we'll have to do a little digging on this one maybe and put it out together.
Yeah.
We do cold cases too, Barbara. Present, cold, missing persons, all of anything and everything. So I just opened up a cold case that was 39 years old the other day that still blows my mind. It's like Summer Wells. That's what I hate, is that I don't want these cases to go cold, but they do.
Yeah.
Which is why I talk about them so often. Yeah, we'll look into that, Chris. Thank you.
Covering some of the cold cases that are really old that have been solved like this year, because they have DNA stuff now too. So
yeah. See, I've been looking for cold cases that are still unsolved. That's the one. Those are the ones that I want to cover mostly, are the unsolved ones. That way we can bring them back to the surface.
Yeah.
Do what you do, Miss Barbara. Call it. Say I call bullshit.
To walk the streets.
That's her thing. She likes to say I call bullshit. Do your thing, Miss Barbara.
Yeah. Well, you guys got anything else? I don't have anything else. That's all I got. I think that was a lot. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you guys do have come upon or know of any cold cases that you need or that you want to be put out there, send them to us. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm sure Arctic would do a cold case as well, especially if it's a missing person. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure it wouldn't be a big deal. But send them to us. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Bud.
I do cold cases from time to time. There's so many cold cases, though. I mean, and Chris Gideon has tons and tons and tons of cold cases. He blows my DMs up with them, and I can't get to all of them. I wish I could, but there's just no way to do it.
Well, I mean, between you and me, Mama Bear, Doodlebug, Mom, I mean, there's enough of us that care enough about looking into these that, yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal to throw one or two out every now and again. That way we can keep up with what's going on, what's current stuff too, and the heavy duty stuff that we cover as well. So
thank you, SRB. I'll talk to you later tonight, hun, I'm sure.
The missing persons too. Bye, SRB. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I'll definitely write down that Facebook page too and check it out. Or Facebook group.
My question is now, though, real quick, after what I read, what the hell is a Century 21 department store? Isn't that like a realty company?
Maybe they carry really tiny homes.
That's very possible, I guess.
We both are on Facebook. Please join cold cases. Okay. Cold cases, Facebook.
If it's private, can we get into it?
Yeah, you just have to join it.
You have to be accepted, though, right?
Yeah, they probably ask you a couple questions.
It's called cold cases. Or cold case. Cases.
Yeah, because I mean, as you guys know, it takes me a little longer to get stuff out. Because
which one, Chris? There's like buried cold cases, little known unsolved murders and missing persons cases. There's cold case and longer missing, 1900 to 2022. Missing in America cold cases. Which one? Unsolved cold cases, paranormal cold cases. There's a lot of them.
Is there one that's just cold cases with nothing else?
There's one that just says cold cases. It's got 34,000 followers. And then there's cold cases that has a paranormal icon to it. I don't know which one is which. The first one is buried cold cases, little known unsolved murders and missing persons cases.
Oh, you're very welcome, Barb.
Oh, 100%, Barb. We love you. And I appreciate you trusting us to do what we do with your cases. Truly.
Yeah, Levy, he's going to go. Dago's going to do a live whenever we get done here or later or something.
Yeah, that'll be shortly after you shut down.
Thank you for being here, hon.
Appreciate all you guys jumping in here today.
Yes.
Like I said, I shared this everywhere I could think of. Which one is it, Chris? Do you know for sure which one it is? I don't want to. I mean, I could probably join them all, but I'm already overwhelmed. But that'd be a lot.
Would it be? I don't know. I was gonna say I could just drop a link and see if he could come up. It might be easier that way.
Memories of Cherry in My Hand. That's the one I just released the other day. Missing persons, cold cases, and human trafficking. That's another one. Cold cases. Is it just called cold cases, Chris? Or is it the buried cold cases, little known unsolved murders and missing persons case? Because that was the first one that came up.
Here, Chris, there's a link if that's easier to come up and instead of trying to type it in the chat. Or Discord or Messenger or
Or yeah, you could just give us a link to that one. That might be easier too.
yeah. Okay, send a link.
Very good. Hold on a second then. So we'll share it with you guys real quick. Actually, you know what I'll do?
What you gonna do?
Bad boys, bad boys. I put it in private chat for you.
Okay.
And Arctica B wants it too. And I just joined the group.
I'm already in the group.
Okay.
What is going on in Tennessee? My goodness.
Shoot. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
Downtown Nashville businesses report threats after neo-Nazi march. Well, why did they allow a neo-Nazi march? I mean, it's just a given that it's gonna cause problems, but I guess everybody has their right. Oops. Awesome, Barb. All right, let's see here.
Thank you, Chris, very much. Yeah, I just signed in for it.
Oh, do I have to follow the rules, Chris? I'm not a very good rule follower. Okay. I'll follow the rules.
You got anything new going out, Arctic, by any chance? Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Oh. Well. Bye, Arctic. See you later. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I answered the questions. No big deal.
I think I skipped one. Or missed one. Not skipped it, but if I did, deny me and I'll reapply. You know, Shannon Doherty passed away too. Did you see that?
Yep.
I was
Check
like, my
cancer.
goodness.
Shannon
Between
Doherty,
her
Richard
and
Simmons, Dr. Ruth, and there was a couple more, I think.
yeah, there were several right there, all in a good little.
Within a week, yeah.
Did you hear me say downtown Nashville businesses report threats after neo-Nazi march?
More Tennessee.
Yeah. I'm not moving down there.
I'm telling you, I feel sorry for you guys that live in Tennessee. I do.
Salty posted one about 3 teens missing from the same foster home. That's right. She did mention that in the chat earlier.
Ooh, that sucks.
Let me see here. Let's see, Bedford County. What? I don't know what state this is in, though. Foster home in Tennessee. Tennessee.
Oh, that's what I
What is?
was just looking at. There's 3 children missing from the same foster home in Tennessee.
Yep, I just ran across Salty's
Yeah.
thing. And I was like, where is this at? And then I looked down and I was like, oh, Tennessee again.
It's always Tennessee.
Jeez Louise. The only thing you'd hear about Tennessee is the Grand Ole Opry and who was playing. Now you don't even hear about the Grand Ole Opry.
I was reading somewhere where Dollywood closed completely down too.
Because of there was a child that was, hold on a minute. Let me read this to you guys. 1 second.
Seriously, Wisdom, I don't know, but it's not good. Neo-Nazi marches, teens missing, all the stuff. Man. So Caleb Harris, do they still think it's foul play or was it just an accidental? I was out wandering in the field and fell in a manhole. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. I will definitely be checking that out later.
Damn it, where'd it go? There was something that happened that involved Dollywood and a child. That I just saw the other day, 2 days ago, and I didn't get a chance to grab it.
It was Sonia Massey. It's an Illinois case. Oops. Ugh, I need to subscribe to YouTube again. I'm getting tired of these commercials. Can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois deputy allegedly shot woman in face after ordering. What? I might have to look into that one.
Where the hell did that story go? I swear it had something to do with child molestation or something.
Oh.
In Dollywood, but I can't find the damn story now.
Barbara, the only time I think I've been to Missouri was to go to St. Louis to the Arch. I think. No, I went to Springfield, Missouri Hospital for my grandma. Trying to think, Missouri.
Did you see the woman and 4 children killed in Bibb County yesterday? The mass shooting.
Oh goodness, no. Unfortunately, when I see a mass shooting, I just kind of. It's hard. We're going to become immune and numb to mass shootings and stop paying attention to them with the amount that's going on. So it's like, oh, it's just another one.
Riley Strain. Yeah, we covered Riley Strain.
Mm-hmm. Did you see where they think? Who was it I was watching? Because everybody kept talking about how his jeans fell down. Nobody could figure out how his jeans fell down. Somebody I watched, in one of the photos, he isn't wearing a belt.
Yeah, I saw that a while back. But his parents swear up and down that he always wore a belt. So
maybe he was in a hurry or running late or
that's
something.
what I said. It's possible he wasn't. I still struggle with the whole thing about the boots and the pants coming off in water because of my experiences with those types of boots and what happens to blue jeans when they're soaking wet.
Arctic. Then you have to unmute so we can hear him.
No, he ran off to his office. He's like, I'm leaving before I say something stupid.
What happened?
His husband ordered some magic mushroom gummies online. He said, lightweight that he is. He had half of one and is all giggling and stuff.
That's
I
great.
said, you got to unmute so we can hear him.
That is great.
Awesome, Chris. I'm excited to look through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm always
Had rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, he had isopropyl alcohol on his talk screen in addition to the drinks that he had at the bar.
That's weird.
The Lore Lodge. They covered Sebastian's case yesterday, and they also did an update on Riley's case, and they were talking about the rubbing alcohol in his system.
Interesting. I know I think it was one of my cousins. She would drink NyQuil because of the alcohol content to get a buzz.
And my neighbor used to drink hairspray.
But why would you drink rubbing alcohol when you had access to real alcohol at a bar?
Uh-huh. But it makes you wonder.
Is there any, what's the word I want to use? Effects or contraindications to drinking
I don't
rubbing
think
alcohol?
So.
Rubbing alcohol, if you drink enough of it, will kill you.
It can, yes. Because of what the toxicity of it is. Let me see something here. Well, he also said that his drink smelled funny. He had reported that to his mom. But rubbing alcohol doesn't have a... That's weird, though. I wonder what the hell...
Yeah, rubbing alcohol has a weird smell.
It's just strong.
That's
Yeah.
why I like to clean with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's got a very strong, clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it will clean everything. I'm curious about that. There was another thing that was put out too. That hold on a minute here. I think Salty actually sent it to me. You guys ever heard of Silver's on the Scene?
Is that a channel?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've not watched them, I don't think.
They did a show I'm about Sebastian about searching a place called Horn Lake.
I did see that, but I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna review that today.
Cool.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
What, Caden? You grew an inch? You annoying dad. Oh, he loves his dad.
No, he loves to annoy me is what he loves to do.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm doing this. He does it on purpose. He's told me before.
If it wasn't for one of my teenagers, I'd have been in big trouble last night. I was downstairs on my computer listening to your live. And she came down and touched my shoulder, and I popped up. She goes, "Go to bed." I said, "Yes, I am right now," because I was sitting here asleep.
Oh yeah.
Sitting here asleep in my office chair, which is not good because it's very high up.
Nice.
Yeah.
That had to have been comfortable.
I was, but I'm glad I didn't fall. That wouldn't have been comfortable.
No. You'd have
Riley
been
Strain had nearly triple the legal driving limit of alcohol in his system and
Right.
THC. Huh.
on the mirror. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too, Chris. Yeah.
Visine people's drinks. That's just to give them diarrhea, though. I remember that. Somebody did that to me before, too, and it ain't fun. That shit'll make you sick quick.
Yeah, you can't overdose necessarily on just THC, but if you mix it with other stuff.
No, but if you go further into that article that I sent, it does talk about the isopropyl alcohol in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Barbara says she knows a girl that actually went to school with Riley, and she said he didn't drink much at all. He wasn't a big drinker.
Right.
Okay, isopropyl.
So it says isopropyl is a type of alcohol often found in rubbing alcohol. Cotinine is an alkaline found in tobacco. The isopropyl and cotinine were consistent with the fact that he had been drinking and ingesting nicotine the night he went missing, which was March 8th. The THC was specifically identified as Delta 9 variant. Okay. Assistant Medical Examiner Dr. Gulpreet Singh Bowman wrote in the autopsy report, after review of available investigative information, including video surveillance, autopsy examination, and toxicologic analysis. It is my opinion that Riley Strain, a 22-year-old male, died as a result of drowning and ethanol intoxication. So alcohol poisoning.
Now, allegedly, there's some video surveillance of Riley that has not been released to the public and that they're not releasing to the public, and that has me questioning things too.
Agreed. Why would that not be out there if they've already solved this, according to them?
Exactly.
I'm telling you that there's something that's not right with this case. I've never been comfortable with it, and here's why. Okay, I have cowboy boots, as we call them. Caden has them. They're not easy to put on. They're not easy to take off. I mean, you got to pull, and it's because of the bend of your foot and the way they're made. Okay, and guys, when I was in fire and EMS, I've been on multiple SAR teams pulling people out of the water. Okay. Cumberland, yes, is a rushing river. I understand that. But the point is when denim especially gets wet, it kind of like sucks up to the body, and it's hard to get off. Okay. I want to understand how this river pulled the boots off of him and then in turn pulled his pants off, but left on his underwear.
That's a really good question. And especially when he was, according to his dad, he was wearing a belt, which would have made it even harder for it to pull his jeans off. So, yeah, I don't understand.
And I can't process that, you guys. I'm not saying that. Hold on. Why is this like clouded up for me? And the jeans that he was wearing that night, can you pull that up, Mama Bear? Because it clouds out when I go to pull that up from the Mirror article that Arctic put in bad chat.
Yeah.
I want to look at something real quick because there's a photo of him as he's walking down the road.
There it is.
I mean, there's just some things with some of these cases that some of us are uncomfortable with. Okay, so those jeans right there, they're not super duper baggy jeans, first off, okay?
That's an awful picture.
It is. It's very blurry, but I just feel like, okay, his shirt was missing. We know that. But how did this river pull those boots off and the pants, but leave his underwear on? I don't understand that at all. It doesn't. Okay, if the river's strong enough to pull a pair of soaking wet denim jeans off of a body, that we know what happens when denim gets wet, guys. Every person I've ever pulled out of the water, alive or deceased, if they were wearing jeans or any kind, I had one guy I think was wearing like cargo pants one time because he was fishing. Those even stuck to the body. They're very hard to. We had to cut them off because of their injuries.
Wisdom said, cowboys don't lose their boots when they're thrown from a bull.
Now, granted, if you're in the river going down river, the boots could fill with water. I understand that, but again,
it's not going to be forceful.
Something's not right. I just don't understand it. And the boots nor the pants were found anywhere within that river. Were they? Am I wrong about that?
I haven't heard that they were found.
They weren't. That's the thing. So if you're going to find the body, okay, I'm sure at some point somebody's going to see something floating in the river somewhere. They're going to get caught up somewhere. They may find something. Nobody's found them that I know of. Where the hell are they? It's just a thing for me. I don't know. I can't let go of the fact that I don't believe that that's what happened somehow. Like I said, something's wrong. And the fact that he did state to his mother that his drink smelled funny. Okay. I'm still feeling like there was something in there. They threw him out of that bar. His friends didn't go with, nobody went with him. They said it was because they couldn't get to him fast enough. I don't believe that, because he was with that guy in the video, the last video I saw, where he was in the bar and it shows the bouncer going over to him, speaking to him, and his buddy was standing right next to him, and they escort him. His buddy walks back to the other side of the bar and they walk him down the stairs out of the bar. That's not right. Somebody should have went down the stairs with him to make sure he was okay, because they knew he was drunk. I have issues with this, guys. I do, and I can't let go of it. It's just one of those things. Then
What does clad mean?
clad.
So this says the deceased is clad in a tan and black short sleeve shirt.
It just means he was wearing it. Like
So
clad
Riley
in
was
black.
wearing.
Yeah.
So he was wearing a shirt.
He was wearing the shirt that he has on here, but they said that shirt was not there when they found him.
Oh, it was in the autopsy.
Is it in the
stuff.
autopsy? It says it in the autopsy. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's so much shit that's out there that's not out there. So the shirt was on him then in the autopsy?
Yep. Says the deceased is clad in a tan and black short sleeve shirt, blue plaid undershorts, and black socks. A blue watch surrounds the left wrist. A white metal necklace and yellow metal necklace with a pendant surrounds the neck. All clothing is wet and covered in a dense film of dark mud.
So how did
So
the pants and
it pulled his boots off, but left his socks on. I'm not buying that either.
Right.
and took his pants off, but left the underwear on and the shirt? I don't understand this. I don't know. Maybe I need to go for a swim in the Cumberland River to see what happens, but it just seems off. That seems off. I'm not saying that he didn't fall in there by accident. It's just something that's strange with it, is all I mean. I don't know.
Trying to see. The right and left lungs were 570 grams and 390 grams, respectively. Smooth, purple-red pleural surfaces with mild congestion and edema. There's no evidence of infection, tumor, or trauma. The pulmonary vessels and airways are unobstructed. It doesn't say that there's water in his lungs.
There wasn't very much.
His autopsy findings are significant for a decomposed male with pulmonary edema and pleural effusions and without significant trauma. Postmortem toxicology detected ethanol 0.228 grams per 100 milliliters, isopropyl 12 milligrams per DL. I don't remember what that is. Caffeine, cotton 9, nicotine, and THC. Manner of death is accident. They tested the femoral blood. Oh, I don't need the description.
Hey, Pink. Good to see you, hon.
I don't see anything else exciting. But yeah, that's interesting that the shirt and socks and boxers was on, but he lost his jeans and boots.
That's definitely not surprising, Salty, that the Supreme Court refused to remove Gall again in the Delphi case. This case, that's not so. I'm not surprised, but it is unbelievable to me. It's crazy.
All right, guys, I got to take care of a couple things, so I'm going to drop down.
You gotta go take care of your husband.
All right. Bye.
All right, buddy. Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you a little bit
Thanks.
later. Bye.
Hello, Pink.
Bye, Salty.
Bye, Salty. Thanks for popping in. Why is this? Hold on a second. I got a child peeking in. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I agree, Chris. It did seem kind of off from the start. Kind of like with some of these others. Hmm. I was just looking
Bye,
to see what I
Salty.
missed. Just seeing what I missed when I was looking at the autopsy and stuff. Oh, Stephen, what do you think on the Sebastian Rogers case? I think it's a cluster of a mess. That's what I think. Beyond that, I really don't know what to think. I really don't. Because there's so many lies and misinformation and stuff that I don't know. I'll just have to wait till they find him and hope they find him soon and go from there because I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. I'll be thinking about you tomorrow. And big hugs to you. You gonna be able to stay awake to do a live? Mister, I'm falling asleep over there. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm fine. I literally am. I have a sinus infection, and I took something, and I think that's truly why I look like I'm exhausted because I'm not tired, but I feel groggy. It's weird.
Yeah.
I took
My dog's running laps. What are you doing?
one of these.
You taking your allergy medicine again?
Yeah,
You're
and
not overdosing yourself again, are you?
no. I read it this time.
Okay, that's good.
I'm trying to get my sinuses to clear, because I had a headache 2 days and all this stuff. Absolutely,
Yeah.
Miss Barbara. No, and I was reading all these things about there's so many stupid conspiracy theories out about the Trump scenario. I mean,
Oh,
stupid.
geez.
Sarge did a video and went off about it because of all the stupidity, and you know how he is.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just ridiculous. They're talking about there were 4 gunmen and the grassy knoll and the book depository, just all sorts of stupid shit that's going around. And but some of this stuff, this other stuff makes some sense because there are questions as to how and why any of this was allowed to even happen. So it's an interesting thing to read through some of these.
Yeah. There was
Some of this
so
shit.
much talk on that. I just completely walked away from all of it. I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it.
There is a theory though that is interesting to me because you guys do know because of this happening that he's going to be pretty much a shoe-in for the next president. Think about how this works. He's going to get voted for out of pity.
Quite the coinky dink.
And then a bunch of people are saying that he staged it. Joe Biden,
Yeah,
all
I've
that
heard
dumb
that.
shit, all that crazy bullshit. So yeah.
Yeah. And the people on the stage weren't the Secret Service. They were something else. I saw that briefly and I was like, what?
There were
And the
actors in the
FBI was
audience.
in the
Yeah.
in the audience, and I'm like, what?
Everybody takes it too far.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of conspiracy theories about it. It's crazy.
Oh, I bet. And I just
The thing that really gets me the most with this whole thing with him though, if this man would not have went like this, he'd be dead right now. And
oh yeah.
Another huge thing, Sarge made a point about it in his video, that if Trump would have been killed, the nation would have went insane. The whole country would have went nuts. Literally over, and it would have taken everything down. I think it'd have been crazy. So that's a good point he did make. So, but it's hard to believe that the man was standing there and was this close to losing his life just by going like this once, and that's what avoided it. It's crazy. And at that time, the timing was immensely on point. So,
yeah,
I didn't think it was going to take over the internet, but it did.
Oh yeah, I heard it and I was like, oh boy.
Here
goes the internet.
And I'd like to know why they did an interview with, I think CNN did it. They did an interview with the shooter, his guidance counselor in school. And the man adamantly, and I mean adamantly, denies that the kid was ever bullied in school. How do you know for a fact that this kid wasn't bullied?
Right.
And why are you denying it?
Just because it was never brought to your attention does not mean that it didn't happen.
It happens all the time, right? That's when
Yeah.
Satan was bullied and his teachers didn't know about it for a long time because he wouldn't say anything. I want to know why this guy is so. And when you watch this interview on CNN with him, he's ridiculously saying that he was never bullied. It never did, never happened, never happened. Why? What does that even mean to you? You know what I mean? So,
covering his ass.
About a case, I don't know if you covered it yet, but it happened near me almost 20 years ago. It still bugs me. Well, get some bug spray, Andy. Spray it on yourself and get the bugs off. That's supposed to be a joke. Mara Murray. No, I did not cover this one. Never know where whereabouts we're being. Oh, interesting. Well, I got a couple things that. Let me see something here.
Yeah, Wisdom, I felt sorry for the fire chief.
Yeah, that was horrific. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Andy, I've actually looked at this case. I have this case already and was going to put it up at some point. Thank you for sending it to me to remind me, though. Yeah, I do remember this. And looking at this. Somebody else sent this to me. That's weird.
That is weird.
Who sent me this? The name was Maura Murray. It's a pretty wild case. So yeah. Well, I might run that one today. Who knows? Yeah, she did, Barbara. That was really sad. I keep clicking in the chat to throw up comments like I'm in my own show trying to do it. I'm so used to doing this. Thank you, Andy, for that. And the whole firefighter thing really bothers me, the way he did what he did. And now that family doesn't have that man anymore because somebody... I want to know when they're going to start releasing Crooks's emails, journal, whatever writings that he had. I want to know what his motive was for this, truly. They already stated, I think Salty had read it at one point, we were talking about it, where they found that he was looking up dates, calendar dates, and appearances with Biden and Trump. So was he going to take them both out at some point if he got away with one or the other? And you know, where did you stand on this?
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
If they both got taken out.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely crazy.
That'd be an anarchy.
Thank you for the reminder, Miss Andy. What do you want, Ghost?
Ghost, come here.
Ruff.
Come here.
Do you have something on your neck, or is that a necklace? Oh, it's a necklace. Okay.
My
I see the
necklace.
chain. It just looked like there was a bug on you or something.
Come here. There you go. Can you see him?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is his vehicle had explosive
Say
stuff.
hi.
There's the ghost doggy.
Say hi. You give me a high five? Can you do it from there? Can you do it? High five? Good boy.
He's
Guys probably
cute.
couldn't see it.
I saw it. He's cute.
He is. There's, I don't know, probably an Amazon truck or something outside the door. So
Jump.
yeah, Andy, the explosives was, or his home, yeah, something. The explosive materials was interesting too.
Mm-hmm. Very.
All right. Well, we've been going for over 3 hours. I think this is my longest live ever so far.
Well, you got quite a few peeps in here today too.
Yeah. Still holding at 19. That's awesome.
And I'm beyond grateful for you guys for coming in here like this. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you guys. I appreciate it very much.
We need to get more peeps in here and keep growing the channel and
Yep.
keep doing what we're doing because she does a great job, guys. She really does.
I try.
Lighting there. Hey, Lighting. Thank you for joining too.
Hello. Thank you for being here. Yes, you do, Wisdom. Hello, Lori. How are you?
Good to see you too, Lori. Appreciate all you guys jumping in here and supporting Mama Bear. She deserves it. DJ. She deserves it. Yeah, I'm gonna go start setting up my show for. We're at 5:30, so probably 6:15 at the latest, since we're about to leave here.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, I actually am going to Lighting. Thank you again, Andy. That was a good idea because I've been really wanting to pull up a lot more cold cases after I did the one the other day. I'm trying to give you guys a different variety and a different type of stuff lately is what I'm trying to do to keep everybody focused on crime. You know what I'm saying? Rather than the damn drama going on both sides of our heads.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing drama over here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, and
Yeah,
if anybody's unhappy about it, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. If it starts, I'll be done because next day I'm not putting nope.
Right.
Nope, nope, nope. Not here.
That's where I stand too.
Hello, Gentrex. How are ya?
What's up, Jan? I like that name. Sounds kind of like an exercise machine. Let's go work out on the Gentrex.
Reminds me, where's the Toodles? Where's Toodles been?
Toodles?
Isn't that Toodles? Toodles?
Oh, Fat Baby? I haven't seen
Yeah.
her for a while either. I haven't
I
seen
just
her.
saw the little dinosaur next to Gentrex and it made me think of her.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being here, Barb. I'll see you later.
Yes, Miss Barb. Hope to see you in our show later here shortly. That goes for all of you, of course. And again, guys, thank you so much for supporting Mama Bear. I personally appreciate it. We all know she does, but I really do appreciate it. She
I
deserves
appreciate you being here.
it. Of course. Glad that I
I didn't
am.
realize how hard it is to talk to yourself.
It sucks, doesn't it? It really
Definitely
does.
easier with somebody else there.
It's boring. Well, it gets boring to the creator when there's nobody to. I've even caught myself when I'm alone because I got used to you from the early days. I'll say something and like I'm talking to you, and then I have to correct it so I don't look like an idiot. So yeah.
I know I always giggle when I'm at work and everybody looks at me funny because you're like, "We are so glad to have you here," and I'm like, "We are."
Mm-hmm.
Who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But anyway, thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. I do
I may
appreciate
not
all
make it your live tonight, but I
That's
will try
okay.
to listen in though. Let me see what my kids have been up to the last couple hours.
Do you work tomorrow? No, you don't work tomorrow.
I do for like a couple hours, but just kind of check in on the new teenager, but that's about it. I'll
Gotcha.
probably go in
Gotcha.
like around noon or so. So that's it.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm glad you found us, Barb, and I'm glad we can be here for you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Barb. We appreciate you very much.
And I love you too, Zelda.
You too, Miss Zelda. You know that
Yep.
always. We love
My
you
friend
guys.
across the city.
What's that?
My friend on the other side of the city.
Is she that close to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 30 minutes.
You guys haven't
maybe?
had lunch yet? Come on now.
No, not yet, because I got a job and then she went and got a job. And so, you know.
I get it. I get it.
I'm sure we will sometime.
Absolutely.
Wisdom's making coffee for the next round.
There you go, Miss Wisdom.
Uh,
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. Thank you, Bear, for having me again. I love you to death, and you did a great job today. It was an awesome show.
Love you too. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bear. And I will talk to you very soon. I'm sure I'll see you in the chat.
Okay.
All righty. And I'll see
right.
everybody else very soon. Bye-bye, folks.
Bye. All right, guys. I gotta get up off my tush. I'm getting sleepy. Gotta move around, wake up. Thank you all so very much for being here. I appreciate it a ton. Hopefully it won't take me as long to do my next live. maybe in the interim, I'll just do a hangout chat kind of thing, not necessarily a case, and then the next one can be a case as I work to get the information and stuff. So, but I appreciate you all, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I love y'all, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.